Hi everyone, my name is Michal Zdyb and I came yesterday from Poland. It's my first time in Croatia and I'm very happy to be here. And I work for Red Hat as Senior Specialist Solution Architect for Ansible. And today I will be talking about Ansible Automation Platform product, which is commercial product provided by Red Hat, and it's based on open source Ansible. I will start with very quick explanation why do we need automation. Actually, this is quite intuitive. We need to automate to save time. We want to get rid of doing repetitive tasks. We don't like to do them manually. We may introduce human error when we do them manually. And also, if we do things manually, we are lacking of consistency, which is introduced with using some automation solution. And nowadays, automation becomes the strategic decision for organizations. It's not an option, it's must-have. Yeah, I just placed the picture of some woodcutter who does things manually, and he looks very tired and frustrated because of this. And when we want to introduce automation in our organizations, share the same challenges around automation. Usually, in organizations, we have multiple separate departments, and every department has several engineers or more than several engineers, and everyone like to automate in some specific way. And the problem is there is a lack of consistency. There is lack of so-called single source of truth for automation. There is no common automation language. If one engineer prefers to automate in Python, another engineer prefers to automate in shell scripts, someone else can prefer Ansible or some proprietary solution. So there is no common grounds for automation, and there is no common language between people who want to provide automation to their solutions. And one of the solutions to this inconsistency and to this lack of centralized way of automating things can be Ansible. Ansible is incredibly popular among engineers, and it's widely adopted. Why it's like this? One of the main reasons is that it's very simple. This is based on a human-readable language, and it's very easy to learn, as opposed to, for example, to learn programming in some other languages, like Python, for example. Also, Ansible has very vibrant open source community. This is a very popular solution, one of the biggest open source products. Ansible is agentless, which means that we don't have to install anything on systems which we want to automate. We just have to provide some way of connection to them. Usually this is SSH. But Ansible is more than just a language. We could characterize three kinds of solutions, three kinds of approaches to our automation when we want to use Ansible. So the first one would be the community Ansible. This is the most simple version, which is the automation language plus several tools for automation. Everything is command line based. Like tools, I mean like tool Ansible for using ad hoc command, or Ansible playbook tool for running our playbooks, and so on. Another option is to use the AWX, which is also open source project, and it provides us, in addition to this CLI functionality, it provides us with graphical user interface, API. It's basically the wrapper around community version of Ansible. It also provides us with some more robust feature than community Ansible has. For example, we can create workflows. We have robust role-based access control, some audit and logging functionalities, and so on and so on. And third way of automating might be using the Red Hat product, which is Ansible Automation Platform. And during today's presentation, I would like to shed some light. What is it, Ansible Automation Platform, and how it compares and relates to its open source counterparts. Of course, Ansible Automation Platform is strictly based on open source solutions. It's just kind of productized and commercialized solution. So on the left side of this slide, we can see that we can use over 20 different separate community projects when we want to use Ansible. And when we talk about automation with AWX, we usually think about AWX project and Ansible core project. But this is not enough to provide full-scale automation for enterprise. We need much more. We need to use much more upstream projects. And of course, we can do like this, but it brings up the complexity of maintaining all of these packages, and also we have to take care of security patches, of upgrades. If something works incorrectly, we have to rely on support from community, so we can get the solution to our problem, or it might be problematic in some situations. And sometimes for organizations, it's not enough to have upstream support for their automation, especially if automation becomes strategic for their business. And that's why we have the product which is called Ansible Automation Platform. So this is kind of bundled solution which contains all of these discrete upstream projects, and it is provided with bundled installer. So installation of Ansible Automation Platform is very easy. Actually, it is installed using Ansible playbooks. So we just need to create the inventory file with parameters, and installation of all of these discrete projects happens automatically. And this is single product which have full support from Red Hat. And in addition to these upstream projects bundled together, Red Hat offers also some software as a service solution, which is reachable via the console.redhat.com website. And these are hosted services, which is Automation Hub, Red Hat Insights, and Red Hat Automation Analytics, which I will shortly describe in the next slides. This is one more slide about the difference between upstream projects and enterprise product, which is Red Hat Ansible Automation Platform. So we can see that AWX is only one of the components of all the upstream projects related to Ansible family. And Ansible Automation Platform is kind of finalized product which is security hardened, which has the strict quality and assurance procedures during its creation. We can have SLA, service level agreement, which means that we can have, for example, 24 hours a day support. It's fully documented. Red Hat offers training around it, and certification. Lifecycle management, which means that we have clearly defined roadmap, and also the ways how can we migrate between particular Ansible Automation Platform version. So this is kind of product which is targeted for enterprises which have requirements around the security, around service level agreement, and so on, and they cannot afford to rely only on community and upstream support. Ansible Automation Platform has many components. I listed here the most crucial ones to understand what Ansible Automation Platform is. And I will shortly try to describe it in the next slides. So the crucial part of every solution which is based on Ansible is Ansible core. Either we are using a community version of Ansible, CLI version, AWX, or Ansible automation platform, which is Red Hat product, we always have to have Ansible core, because this is the component which provides us the fundamental functionality to run our playbooks. It defines the automation language using which we are creating our playbooks in YAML files. Using this language, we are creating our automation steps. And also Ansible core provides us the command line tools like Ansible to run ad hoc commands, Ansible playbook to run our playbooks, Ansible doc to check some information and parameters for our module, for example. So this component exists always, both in open source versions and Ansible automation platform. Another important component is Ansible automation content collections. This is the new way of providing everything which we need for our automation. In the past, before introduction of content collections, we had to use Ansible modules, which were kind of bundled with Ansible release. So if some vendor or developer wanted to create new Ansible module, or he wanted to update Ansible module, he had to wait for the next Ansible code update. But with Ansible content collection, which basically is a directory structure, archived and compressed into the tar.gz file, we distribute like this content, Ansible automation content, we distribute like this in this one file. And thanks to this, vendors and developers can maintain and distribute their collections independently of next Ansible releases. And what differs open source from Ansible automation platform is that Red Hat with Ansible automation platform provides to its customers certified collections, because we can download collection from Ansible Galaxy, for example, but some companies might not trust this kind of sources, because to Ansible Galaxy everyone can upload anything actually, and some companies have strict security rules and cannot afford to download content which is not 100% trusted. So supported and certified content collections are part of Ansible automation platform solution. Next very crucial thing for automation with both open source and Ansible automation platform is execution environment. What is it? This is a container image. Before execution environments, we had to use Python virtual environments, because, for example, we might have some Ansible module which requires some libraries which are in conflict with some other libraries for some other Ansible module, and that's why we need to some kind of separation between these libraries, and it was done in form of Python virtual environments. But now, the new approach is to create containers and place everything we need for our automation inside these containers. So Ansible core, Ansible content collections, Python libraries, and all other dependencies which are required for our automation. So on this slide, we can see how we can develop our execution environment. There's a tool which calls Ansible Builder. So we can develop this execution environment on our laptop, create container with Ansible Builder tool, and this Ansible execution environment we can use then everywhere, from our laptop to another laptop or some lab environment or some production environment. It will work exactly the same everywhere. And we can upload it also to Private Automation Hub, which is part of Ansible Automation Platform solution, which I will describe in one of the next slides. One of the crucial components of both AWX and Ansible Automation Platform is Ansible Controller. In the past, we were calling it Ansible Tower, and it provides us a web user interface, graphical user interface, some kind of API. This is REST API in this case. We have some powerful features like role-based access control. We can orchestrate our automation with workflows, and so on and so on. And what is the main difference between former Ansible Tower and current Ansible Automation Controller? And is its architecture, because now we have separation on so-called control plane and execution plane. So now we have so-called distributed architecture. What is control plane? Control plane, we can think of control plane as about something with which we are managing our automation. So we are managing our credentials. We create workflows to orchestrate our automation. It provides us with all kind of user management features like providing roles, with which we can give permissions to do things in our automation environment. And so this is the control plane. So everything which we use to manage our automation. And execution plane is the place where we run our automation. And now it might be separated. So we can, for example, create virtual machine. Now this is the Ansible Automation Platform component which calls execution node. And we can place this execution node as close to our managed automated system as possible. So thanks to this, we will have lower latency, we will have lower possibility of outage because there will be less intermediate nodes between our execution node and our automated system. This kind of architecture gives us much better scalability in comparison to what was before, that both control plane and execution plane were on one node. Automation Hub. This is the part of Ansible Automation Platform. It doesn't exist in open source versions. So this is this comes with Ansible Automation Platform product. So this is software as a service offering. This is reachable via the console.redhat.com website. And Automation Hub is a place from where we can download all the certified content collections from Red Hat and from certified Red Hat partners. When we don't have this element, when we are using open source, we have to download content collections and roles from Ansible Galaxy. Private Automation Hub is another component of Ansible Automation Platform solution, and this is a place where we can when we can store our components for automation. By components, I mean content collections, so we can aggregate Ansible content collections from three kinds of sources. First of all, we can create our own Ansible content collections. Secondly, we can aggregate content from Automation Hub, which I just mentioned in previous slide, and also we can fetch the content collections from Ansible Galaxy. So we can decide what content we are providing to our automation developers or automation users. And another very crucial feature of Private Automation Hub is that it has container registry functionality, which means that we can keep on Private Automation Hub execution environments where we are placing our automation content. So if we create some execution environment, we can upload it to private automation hub. Another component of Ansible automation platform solution is hosted service, which is also reachable via the console.redhat.com, and it provides us visibility into performance of our automation. So we can generate different kind of reports, for example, to check like which automation jobs are used the most, which are used the least, which automation jobs are run correctly, which jobs failed. It's plenty of different kind of reports in our automation, especially when we have, which are very useful, especially when we have a lot of different IT domains in our and departments in organizations. So this is kind of central place where we can assess our automation and check what works and what doesn't work, etc. We also can estimate return of investment, time and cost savings when we want to automate something. We have some new automation project. We can provide it with estimated data around, for example, how much time it will take to do some piece of work manually and some other data, and this tool will calculate for us what kind of improvement we can see in terms of time, cost, and so on. Another part of Ansible automation platform is another component which is not present in open source solution is insights for Ansible automation platform, and this is the service which identifies issues in Ansible managed infrastructure. So we can, for example, create baseline for our configuration, and this tool will tell us will inform us about any deviations from this baseline, and moreover, it will propose solutions. It will just generate Ansible playbooks to automatically solve them. So we can then use this solution proposed or not, but it makes our life easier because we have kind of solution on the plate. And also, it tracks all the issues, like in terms of security. It tracks if some components are outdated or need to be patched. And it also provides us with Ansible playbooks to solve it automatically. And what are the options of Ansible automation platform implementations? Where can we install it? Where can we implement it? So first of all, we can have it as a self-managed solution, which means that we can install them, for example, on virtual machines or on our servers, or we can install them on bare metal. But most common approach is to install on virtual machines, and it might be installed on Red Hat Enterprise Linux from version 8.3 onwards. We can also install it on Red Hat OpenShift. This is the most simple way of installation, because we have so-called OpenShift operator, which provides us with the possibility to install. We just have to define some simple parameters, press the button, and it will do the job for us. And also, we can install Ansible automation platform in the major cloud providers like Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. In case of Azure, customer has to deploy Ansible automation platform by himself, but the Ansible automation platform solution is managed by Red Hat. But in case of AWS and Google Cloud. Customer both is deploying this solution, Ansible automation platform by itself, and also he has to manage, of course, with support from Red Hat, but it's self-managed solution. So I characterized the most important components of Ansible automation platform. It's very robust product, actually, and I had only 30 minutes to describe it. I hope that now it's a little bit more clear what Ansible automation platform is and how it relates to open source solutions. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Yes, hi. Few questions, but I don't think we have too much time. First is, what kind of automation do you have in mind when you say automating the IT processes or workflows or whatever? Like, is it like an IT like development company or an IT of a non-IT company, let's say?
It's targeted for IT companies, but you can automate a lot of different kind of IT domains, like application development, like networking. We have very strong collections for networking, servers, databases. A lot of that's the power of Ansible, because there's very strong community providing the modules, and also you have the option, if there is such a need, to get this in certified way from trusted source. So it's a multitude of different kind of IT.
That was my next question. What varieties of the collections are available, or and can you bring in your own collections or create your own collections?
Yes, of course. You can create your own collections, and you can upload it either to Automation Hub, which is hosted service from Red Hat. You can get so-called namespace from Red Hat, and you can host it there.
Okay.
And also you can upload to Ansible Galaxy, which is open source place to. Yeah.
Okay, and the next one is for the SaaS part. So you are hosting that on your own. How does that connect to your servers, let's say on premise or in cloud, which are not publicly available on the internet? Or they have to be, because
yeah, it's very good.
Using SSH, right?
Yeah, it's a very good question, actually. You might place for somewhere in some DMZ, for example, the private automation hub. Private automation hub is kind of aggregator for your collections.
Okay, like a bastion host or proxy or something between.
You can place whatever you need, because Ansible. Private automation hub you can place in some DMZ where it's not so, when you don't have such a strict security rules, and then provide your systems just to connect with connectivity to this private automation hub. So,
okay, but it still needs to be publicly available from the World Wide Web, or you can whitelist Ansible, Red Hat, some IPs, so they can connect to the hub, because hub would still be publicly available, right, for everyone to try to connect to.
Yes, it's public service. Like you can enter the console.redhat.com in your web browser, and you will get this website with, but of course you will not be able to access it because you need the credentials.
Okay.
We have a little bit of time left. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.